Hi, friends. I was thinking the other day about how I wanted to teach my preschoolers to interact with one another, and the reason that we have rules and um, ways to relate to each other. And I wanted to make sure that I went back to the Bible because I think it's very important that kids learn from an early age where our expectations for behavior come. And as Christians, we need to have our basic foundation as God's Word. And so I got the idea to teach the kids the fruit of the Spirit because that is how we learn how to act like Jesus. We love, we have joy and peace and patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. So I started by making kind of a game or fun out of getting them to memorize the fruit of the Spirit. And I anticipated it taking a really long time for them to learn. But it didn't. I was surprised. My 2 3-year-old grandkids learned it really quickly, like within 2 weeks' time or less. And they were able to just rattle it off, which I thought, wow, that is really impressive. Um, but you've got to do more than just have it in your head, just know it. You've got to apply it then. But we had to start with the basics of them knowing it. So then once they knew the fruit of the Spirit, and I told them that it was through those actions that we looked the most like Jesus, and we let other people see that Jesus lived in our hearts, then when there were conflicts going on or things in their behavior that we needed to correct or redirect, I could say, well, come on now, is that really showing the fruit of the Spirit like Jesus wants us to live? And it got to the point, or is now at the point, where they will point it out. It just made my heart so happy the other day when Clara saw Harry open the gate for her, and she said, "Oh, Harry, you're doing kindness fruit. You're doing the kindness fruit of the Spirit." And so she's getting it. She's seeing, and so is Harry. Now, Harry, on the flip side of that, was being very adamant the other day that he wanted me to get him some more chocolate milk. And I happened to be changing the baby's diaper or, busy with her. And I said, Harry, I can't right now. And he just kept on being persistent and getting more demanding. And I said, Harry, patience. Remember, patience is fruit of the Spirit. And you need to show me some patience right now. You need to be patient. And he said, I don't want patient now. I want love. So even though it wasn't what I wanted, he was picking up on and knowing that fruit of the Spirit of patience, even though it may not have been what his little body wanted at the time, he knew it was part of acting like Jesus wants us to act. So I encourage you, if you have little ones or even older ones, to start with, what do you want to teach them from God's Word? How do you want to lay that foundation for them to know that our actions should be based upon God's Word, not what society tells us, not what other people say, but to take it right back to God's Word to know how we want to act and how we want to treat other people. And if you start with the fruit of the Spirit, there are those 9 things that you can teach them. There are songs to go with. I've come up with motions to help them, and I think that's helped a lot. We do love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And once they learn those, and the emotions kind of help them with that, then start teaching them how to apply them to everyday life. That's something that can go with them throughout their entire life. They learn it now as toddlers. You keep reinforcing that, and then pointing out when you see it in their life. And when you see them exhibiting those positive traits that make them look more like Jesus. And then as they get older, it will just become more natural with them. So I hope that this little tidbit helps you as it's helped me, because it's something I really wish I would have done with my kids. I'm doing it with their kids now, and I'm seeing the fruits of that. Get it? Play on words, fruits of that. So I hope that you can use these fruit of the Spirit to help teach your child or children how to act and interact with one another. See you next time.